Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition and Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition's Andrew Yang problem. All right, let's talk about it. All right, so first of all, I'm a huge politics guy. I love politics, okay? And I don't know if you guys know it. I think some of you have been around and remember it. But I actually interrupted. So I've been doing Dungeons & Dragons commentary for about 8 years on YouTube. I have over 2,000 videos, like a lot. I think I might be approaching like 2,400, 2,500 videos. And the vast majority of those videos are about Dungeons & Dragons. But when Andrew Yang ran for presidency, I actually interrupted my Dungeons & Dragons commentary for about a year and just did videos to help get Andrew Yang elected. I was like, it was really important to me, because I think Andrew Yang is the most brilliant American leader since Abraham Lincoln. Flat out. I think he would have. And I'll tell you right now, we're living in a world of suck because we have Joe Biden, right? And of course I voted for Andrew Yang. And the reason why I think we would be living in a world of unicorns and puppies right now if Andrew Yang had been elected is because he had an innovative solution for everything, and he actually thought about ideas about how to get our nation to a better place, right? Like if you went to one of the reasons why I was wishing on his upfall and like really supporting him. By the way, I met him, I shook his hand, looked him in the eye. It was very nice. He was here on September 17th in Philadelphia. Met him in person, and I was just thrilled. It was really an awesome moment. But the reason why I'm just convinced the Andrew Yang present would be amazing, right? But instead, we're living in this world of suck. And the reason why is I think Joe Biden doesn't really think about domestic policy or international policy. I think he just waits for somebody to hand him a paper, and then he's going to carry that ball forward. And I will say this: he is a good politician as far as like carrying a ball forward and taking a good idea, giving it a little bit of shine, and putting his. He's got a nice smile. He smiles and talks to the camera, and when he's crystal clear on his memory, he's not too terrible, right? But the reality is, I don't think any great new ideas are coming out of Joe Biden. He literally said, whenever you listen to him when he was saying, "Hey, elect me president," he would just point back and said, "I'm going to be doing a lot of things I did in the 8 years when I was with Obama, right?" Which I voted for Obama in both in 2008 and in 2012, just to be clear. All right, so and those were great. All the solutions for 2008 and 2012, well, not all, but the vast majority of solutions for 2008 and 2012 were awesome, but they are really sucky for 2020. Like, they're probably worse than useless, right? So I'm very not happy with this world of suck that Joe Biden is not stopping from sucking, right? And just small things like the thing we all got jabbed in our arm to be safe from the thing that came in 2020 March, right? Andrew Yang was like, I would distribute those with ice cream trucks, right? Like, it's just like brilliant, very smart, very practical. And like, that's just one idea. He had 1,000 ideas, right? And I think right now, if Andrew Yang was a president, there'd be, the smartest people in the world would be being brought into the White House, and he would be at a table thinking with them and bringing up solutions and getting things done. I'm not sure what Joe Biden's doing, but I really don't think there are days where Joe Biden's like sitting around a table having talks and thinking out new solutions with anyone, right? I think he's waiting for papers to be handed to him. He signs what he needs to sign. And, for the whole Democrat Party, I think it's like, not the orange guy, right? Like, that's all he is. He's not actually like, hey, I'm really, into Joe Biden. Like, I don't think anybody was into Joe Biden. They were like, he's not him. And that's my issue is I don't like, he's not him is not good enough for me. I want a real leader who has real thoughts, right? And so Andrew Yang is this brilliant, incredible leader. However, Andrew Yang has a problem. What is his problem? Andrew Yang's problem is attract more me's, right? So Andrew Yang is a coastal elite, right? And by the way, I think I'm a coastal elite too. Andrew Yang is highly educated, lives on one of the coasts, makes a good nut, and drinks $5 Starbucks, and is liberal. That's a coastal elite for you. Done. Like, They live on the west and the east. That's it, right? And he's more, right? So why do I think this? Well, he just brought up he's getting spun up to run again in 2024. And you know what his number one idea is? Ranked choice voting. I'm like, are you kidding me, right? Ranked choice voting is a great platform if you want to attract coastal elites, right? But what about heartland people? Like, what about people who are like, hey, I got 10 cows. I drive a John Deere tractor, right? Like, I got a Ford F-150. You ain't gonna win any heartland voter with ranked choice voting, okay? So, where does this connect to Dungeons and Dragons? Well, Dungeons and Dragons has an Andrew Yang problem. Andrew Yang has a problem of attract more me's, and like it's a big problem, right? And I think he's gonna. I'll tell you right now, Andrew Yang keeps running on ranked choice voting. He will lose again in 2024, exactly the way he lost in 2020, right? So where does this hit? Where does this hit 5e? Same problem, an Andrew Yang problem. D&D 5e is trying to attract more me's. Who plays Dungeons and Dragons right now? Highly literate, okay? Actually, incredibly confident, incredibly intelligent, incredibly charismatic people, okay? And highly literate people. Base reading for Dungeons and Dragons, okay, is 750 pages. You got to read the MM, the PHB, the DMG, just to start, okay? Like, and if you don't read those, you're not really playing. You're getting carried up the mountain, right, by a mountain person carrier, right? Like, that's the issue. You're getting pulled up the mountain. Like, I think there's this big high mountain in the world, right? And a lot of people go to climb there, and they end up getting literally drug up the mountain by their mountain guides, right? And that's, if you ain't read the PHB, the DMG, and the MM, you're getting mountain guide carried up the mountain, right? You're getting to the top, but people are carrying you there. Other players at the table, and your dungeon master, right? So you have to be outrageously literate to play Dungeons and Dragons. I've read 580 books in my life. The list is down below, right? And like, I take literacy as like it is a big part of my life. Now here's the problem. I don't like it. I do not like that I honestly believe without a college degree, you are going to have a at the macro level, at the 51% level, I would bet you Dungeons and Dragons players have college degrees, right? We don't have any data on it. That's just what I'm saying. You can, if you have any kind of data on it, please put it below. But I'll tell you right now, a game that requires 750 pages of reading from the beginning. And I want to end this. I really want Dungeons & Dragons 6th edition, and I know that's not what's coming in 2024, to be 99 pages, MM, DMG, and PHB, all in one book, right? And then I want I want to stop the 256-page books, and I want literally 32-page modules coming out. And I would like 3 modules a year, right? And you're like, Scott, how on earth is Dungeons & Dragons going to make money like that, right? And that is a larger conversation. And the reality is, I think Dungeons & Dragons' ability to make money has nothing to do with the books that are sold, the print books that are sold to get people to play it. You're going to make your money on the t-shirts, right? There's an old joke, like, where Krusty the Clown is like, the t-shirts, that's the sweetest plum, right? Like, and I actually think that's the case. I think when Wizards of the Coast realizes that there's so many ways to make money on Dungeons and Dragons, and then the last thing they need to be worried about is that the books would actually be their money revenue. And they get this a little bit. One of the things that's happening right now, this year we had, Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance. I don't know how much that video game made, but I would bet it probably made more than the books that are sold this year. I would not be surprised in the least, right? And also, the other thing is, like, where's the money in Dungeons and Dragons? Well, Critical Role found $20 million. We know for a fact, Critical Role added $20 million to their coffers, and it didn't come from books. That's $20 million, and there ain't a book in sight. Right, so the profit engine of Dungeons and Dragons has nothing to do with the books, right? you could sell, you want to make a ton of money with Dungeons and Dragons, keep making Dungeons and Dragons, make Dungeons and Dragons relevant, give it a 99-page book and publish 3 32-page modules in a year. You're going to make dirt on that, but you know where you are going to make a lot of money with a probably multi-billion dollar or hundreds of millions of dollar deal, maybe a billion or more, and say, we're going to do Dungeons and Dragons sneakers licensed with Nike, right? Here's your blue dragon sneaker, here's your red dragon sneaker. Hey, like Kobe passed, and there are no more Kobe Nike shoes. That's a slot. We can fill that slot, right? And also, Michael Jordan ain't played a game in 20 years, right? So an exciting, new, cool source of revenue for Nike and D&D, and you could make more money there than you could ever make ever, right? Like with any kind of book. So I think that's the better way to go. So I hope that Dungeons and Dragons with 6th edition abandons the demand for high literacy for Dungeons and Dragons. Well, that's my opinion. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think? Are you looking forward to Red Dragon Nikes? I am. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.